Okay, so I wanted to set the size. So set the size to this. We're using 1320 for the width and also 1500 for the height. Okay, so set this. Maintain the same resolution here as 300, and then make sure everything here is the same as what you have. Then you click on create. All right, so this is what we have. Okay, now let's draw a rectangle. Okay, so come to the shape side and then draw a rectangle nicely. I'll draw this rectangle shape here. All right, so let's change the color to black. So you can double click on the shape here to change the color to something like black. Not really, but like I think I like this. This is fine for me. Okay, but we can adjust the color sign. So click on OK. We have this. Okay, now I want us to add something to the background. Okay, so I'll go to your file. You can click on this side. Okay, click on file. Then you can also go to place embedded. Okay, so your files for you to select which one you want to use. So it's can open for you to select the one you want to use. But I have mine already. You can pick the one you want to use. Okay, but in this video I have my design, so I'll pick mine from here nicely. So I want to pick this background here. I'll share the background with you so that you can also use it for your work. Okay, so I can pick this one nicely. I'll just zoom it up using the edge. If you don't have these edges showing, okay, so drag the edge here to expand the picture you just pasted. Okay, if okay, then you click on OK here nicely. Okay, so I want us to also reduce. I want us to change this. You see, when it comes to the normal here, there's something like if you're on this layer, there's normal here, so we can adjust. You can see it's changing, right? We have dissolve, we have multiply, overlay. It all has effects on the background. Okay, so in this case, I want us to use color. I think I'll go with this one. No, I like this. Yes, I like the color dodge. I like this one. Okay, yes, so do the same thing also. Now you can reposition this to anywhere you want, but just make sure that you are on the move to. This is the move to. So when you click on this one, you can just move it anywhere you want. Do you get it? All right, so this one is fine for me. Adjust it the way you want. Okay, now you can click on control and then your minus on the keyboard just to zoom out a bit or zoom in a bit. Then you see you can do this. You can click on control and then the zero to also adjust to fit your working space for you. But I think it's fine for me. Okay, so what I'll do right now is that I will just draw a shape again where I'll put my food or where I'll insert my food materials. Okay, so let me draw. Now you go, if you want to draw a shape, you go to the shape tool. So I'll come to the shape tool. This is the shape. I'll come to the side. Okay, if yours is not on this tool, you can right click on it to select the one you want to be. There's some shape, there's line, there's polygon tool, there's triangle tool, there's ellipse, and then there's this. So I'll click on this one because I want to draw something like a rectangle. So I'll draw one rectangle nicely. I'll draw one rectangle nicely. Draw the way you want your work to be. So something nice. I think I like this one. The color is white for me. I don't know for you, but if it's not white, you don't worry. Okay. So I've done the shape. I'll go back to move to. If you want to move anything, always make sure you're on the move to. Okay, so I can move this one anywhere I want nicely. So it should be here for me. If the size is not okay, you can use this one to just expand this a bit. Okay, to expand your work a bit for you. Now if your edges are not, if these signs are not showing at the edge, it's fine. So when you click on the shape to the side, when you click on the shape, you see something like this. You see something like this, or show transform controls. It depends on the version you're using. Okay, but if you don't see this, you can see something like show control transformation or show control transforms. You can just click on this and then the controls will show for you. Do you get it? Yes, so you can see show transform controls. Now mine is showing. Okay, so if it's not showing, just click the top here and then you click on it to show. They can just use it to adjust the size of the shape you have drawn. Okay, so I want three of this. I can't draw it again, so I just duplicate this. So duplicate, you can make sure you're on the layer, then right click on the layer and then you can see duplicate layer. Okay, so click on okay. Now I have one of this duplicate. Okay, I want another one too. So I'll click do the same process. You right click and then you duplicate. You can also do control and then J. Control J, it will duplicate for you nicely. Yes. So either way, how you want it. Okay. Now I want them to be on the same line. I don't want it to be, yes. So arrange them nicely. If you want to arrange to, you can just, if you want to arrange them nicely to you can, let's say they are, let's say yours are not straight like, let's say something like this. So you can just select the shape. So I'll click on control and then you select all your shapes. So this one, this shape, and then this shape. Make sure that you have clicked on the control, then you arrange it nicely. But if yours is on point, then it's fine. If yours are all straight here, then it's fine. Okay, don't do what I'm doing. All right, so this is fine. Make sure it's after selecting, make sure they are in order. So you can just use you can use your navigational keys to also control them. You can move it so that you see what you are doing, but everything is fine for you. Yeah, so I think this is fine. Okay. If you don't want your controls, your edges at the end to show, you can just click on this one, the show transform controls. You can just uncheck it so that they will not show. Okay. All right. So if you are okay with this one, you move on. If you're not, adjust it the way you want. So let me move this one a bit. So I'll select all the three. So I'll click on the control, hold control, and you select the ones you want to. So I've selected all the shapes. So I want to move them together. So you can see they are moving together. Do you get it? You see them. So we see. All right. So I think this one is fine for me. I want this. Now let me go and import my pictures. So I'll click on the first. Let me click on the first shape. So you see this one, this first one, this is the first shape. I'm going to import my image. So the image click, you can click and hold, then drag to Photoshop. It will paste there for you. You can also go to the file, click on file, then come to place embedded. Also place your image. Okay. But this case, I'll just click and drag. Okay. So I want to import my first image to Photoshop. So let me import this kinky here nicely. This one. Okay. I want this to fit inside the shape, the first shape. So after pasting, check nicely. Now make sure to come to the kinky layer or the food layer, the image layer, then you right click on it, and then you click on create clipping mask. This. So you see now we have inserted the image into the shape that we drawn earlier. So adjust it to the way you want it to be like. I think this one is fine. If it's not fine, you can just show the transform controls and then make sure you adjust the way you want it to be in the shape. You can do that nicely. So something like this is fine for me. Okay, so I'll do this, then I'll check here, or you can just click on your keyboard to do that for you. Okay, so now let's click on the second shape, this one. Let's go and import our picture. Okay, so I'll click and drag, or you can go to the place embedded to also place your picture. So I want to import this image here, this one. So I'll do this nicely, and then I also have to make sure it fits the place I want it to be. I'll check it nicely, then I'll go, make sure you be on a layer, you right click, then you click on this one nicely. So you can see now it's inside the shape that we drawn earlier on. This is fine for me. Okay, I like this one. I like this. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is the next shape. Okay, I'll click on this. Then let me go and import another food. I have this one. I'll share all the materials with you. So check the description for the materials. Okay, so after importing this one also, I want it to fit into the image nicely. So I'll just have to just click on the image. I'll right click on the image, then I'll click on create mask nicely. I have this. So check see whether you like what you have there. If not, adjust it nicely. If you want to also reduce the size or increase the size, you can use this one, the edges, to do that. If yours is not showing, I'm pretty sure to do it. You make sure you check on the show transform controls, or check your screen at this. You see it here. Okay, so I like this. It's fine. Okay, so now I want us to group all this thing here and then give it a stroke of white. So this is how you do it. Now let's select all the images. We have three rectangles plus the images. Okay, so they are here. This one. So I'll select them. So click on control. You can click on control to select all the ones you want to group. So this image, then the rectangle, then this one, then this. You can scroll down, and this, and also this one. Okay. All right. You can also click on the first one. Okay, then you click click on shift key on the keyboard, hold the shift key, and then select the last shape, this one. It selects all the shapes. So either way, you can use control key to select all. So click on control, and then you'll be clicking on each one by one. You can also click on the shift key, hold it, and then click on the very last one, but make sure that there's no other objects in it. Okay, so we can see I've selected everything. There's the food, the shapes and everything. There's nothing there which is different, or which is not supposed to be there. So I will just right click, I'll just left click on this one, sorry, I'll left click on this one, then I'll drag them to the shape here. There's a shape here, so we click and drag the shape here to form the group. So you see group one, it means I've grouped all this into one group. Do you get it? Now let's right click on the group. So right click on the group layer, and then let's go to blending options. So let's go to blending options, and then let's select stroke. Okay, stroke. Now you can move this to see what you have done, whether you like it or not. So this is the stroke we have. If you can click on the stroke, the name stroke, to adjust the stroke. If yours is not, so you see there's some adjustment going on the screen. You can see there's some adjustment going on here if you increase the size. So let's maintain, I'll maintain the size of I'll maintain, I think I'll maintain a size of 5. Yes. If your color is not white, you can adjust the color here. So you click on the color and then you make it white, or make it white the way you want it. You click on OK. So I click on OK. I like this one. I'm OK. Right. So the next thing we have to do is that let's lock the layer so that this place will not move. So there's a lock here. You can say lock. Click on the lock. Let's lock this layer. So we have locked this part. We can't move. We can't move anything here. It's locked. Did you get it? Unless we go back to unlock it. So we have locked the layer. Okay. Now let's, so we are done with the top part. Let's still make progress. Okay, so with the background, let's work on the background a bit. So now make sure you change from normal to the color dodge. Okay, this one nicely. Okay, now let's type something. Let's type this, our text. So I want us to type satisfy. Type this. So click on it. You click and drag to select. You can also click on the big T here. It will select it for you nicely. Double click on it. Double click. Yes, to select for you. Okay, so just select the text. Okay, so now after selecting the text, let's increase the font size a bit. Okay, now I have my own here to increase it. Okay, if you don't have this here, okay, so when you don't have this option, come to the windows and then click on character, okay, to show for you. Or you can also adjust it. You can also adjust the font size on your screen here. You can see the font size here nicely that you can adjust. Okay, or you can also change the name of the font from here. Okay, from this side you can see plenty font there when you click on the drop down icon here. So I'll change it. Let me just increase the size a bit. So I don't like the 6. Let me increase it to something. Let me see 16. So you increase the size to the way you want your design. Okay, let me use Montserrat. So I can click on this side and select Montserrat. I want Montserrat. The font to Montserrat here nicely. Okay, and then let's also increase the size a bit. So you can use something like, let me see, this is too big for me. So let me go with, alright, so let's select the text and use a font size of 24. Okay, so this is fine. We click OK. We can check it up here. Alright, so after doing this, just make sure it's okay for you. If the size is too big, you can still select and you reduce the size. So you can reduce the size from this side to something. So I think this one is also cool for me here. I'll click on OK. Alright, I want the text to be bold. Okay, so you can select, you can click select, so you can just select, and then let's change. So you can see this part. Let's change from medium to bold. Or yes, I think bold is here. Yes, bold. We don't want the color white. Okay, so let's change the color to, let's select the text. Then there's color here, so you click on the color. Let's pick a color from, let me see this color. Yes, like from the pair. Okay, or color yellow. Okay, so you just have to get something like yellow for me. Okay, so you can just pick a color from your screen. Okay, when you open the color picker. Okay, so how you want it to be, but make sure you are doing something nice. I like this color, it's so bright. Click on OK. Then let's do this. So this is the color we have. So let's apply some effects to the text. Okay, let's add a white shadow. So click on the layer. Let's click on layer, right click, and let's select blending options. Okay, blending options. Then so on the blending options, let's go to drop down or drop shadow. Okay, so let's go to drop shadow. So click on the drop shadow. Okay, yours can be only one, but I have to sake of my settings. So let's do the drop shadow. Alright, so when you click on the name drop shadow, and then let's change the color to white. Okay, you want something like white. Alright, so we can adjust the things here. You have distance, you have spread, you have size. So let's adjust the size. Let's adjust the distance. See, so as you adjust, you can see from the side, from the screen, what is going on here. Okay, so you can be checking to see whether you like what you have there. If not, do something nice for yourself. Okay, so let's maintain, I think 5 will be okay for me. Yes, 5 is okay for me. The spread, if you don't want the spread, you can just build it how it nicely, how you want it. Okay, so I'll go with 500. Here the angle will be at 90, and then opacity is 100. I like this, so I'll click on okay. This is what I have. Okay, so let me just move this. So when you click on this, you can just move this up a bit or how you want it to be. You can also be on the move to, and then use your arrow, use the navigation keys on your keyboard to just move it or adjust the position. Okay, so how you want it to be, just do it nicely. Okay, so what we have to do next, I want us to duplicate this text, then add another text. So let's right click on it, then duplicate. Okay, so now you have duplicate of this. Let's bring it down. So let's hold and then bring the duplicate down. Then let's change from satisfy to craving. Okay, we have this. So now it will take the effect because we are just using the same, same text. Okay, so it will take the effect of that. Yeah, so let's select all this and reduce the font size to something like 14, or no, 14 is too big. Let's go down a bit to like, yes, I think this is fine. This 11 is fine for me. Okay, but you can adjust your own to something, so anyhow you want it. So I think I'll go with this. I'll click on OK, or you can click on and then take on the keyboard. All right, so this is fine for me. Now next, let's type something else. I don't want to use this. I'll just click on my text and then type. Make sure you can just type anywhere and data movie there. So click on this two and then type. Let's type this. Let's type here. So let's type this. Let's change the color from yellow to white. So select everything. Click on the color picker here. Change it to color white nicely. This is what we have. Okay. I want us to move this. So you can move this to the side. Okay. Let's move this to the side. Let's select everything. Let's change the font. So click on the font to change. Let's use something like stylish fonts. I'll go with this. So you can get some stylish fonts there. No, I'll go with this one rather. Then just drag to make sure it fits or it looks exactly how you want it to be. Okay. Then I'll check this. You can use any fonts that you want. Okay. All right. So let's continue. All right. So let's continue. Yeah. So you can. So let's work on the background. I think the background. Let's work on this so that I get something nice. Okay. So let's adjust the background a bit. I want us to get something nice. So this one, let's apply some blur to the background so that we get what we want exactly. Okay, but you can arrange the things nicely. Okay, so right now make sure you're on your background and then click on filter, then let's go to blur, then let's go to Gaussian blur. Now okay, so there's something I want us to use. Let's use 4.3 Gaussian blur. Okay, so you can also use any amount you want to use. Okay, all right, so this one is fine for me. Okay, you can also adjust, you can also move the text to create something beautiful for you. So we have this so far. Now so we can also, I think we're done. Okay, we want to do a nice flyer. Okay, so we are still not done. We are in the process. Now let us type something else here. Okay, but before the typing, let us draw a shape. So let's draw a shape, this one. Okay, let's draw this shape nicely here. Okay, I want to apply some effect to the shape. So let's right click on the shape. Let's go to blending options. Then let's go to gradient overlay. Let's click on that. Okay, so click on the check mark and click on gradient overlay. So let's pick nice gradients of yellow and white. So this one. Now you see I have 4 color points here. Okay, but you can just click on it, you can delete. Okay, so I'm using just 2, so I'll click on this, then I'll delete. If you have 2, it's fine. So with this one, I'll click on this one also and change the color to the color I have here, something like yellow color. Okay, I'll click on OK, then with this one too, I'll click on this. I want something, so let me click on yellow, but this I want something like this, or something like, click on yellow, then adjust it to something like yellow, but not the first one. Okay, so let me see what we have done so far. So this, let us, okay, so the scale should be 100%. Okay, then let's here to be 90% degrees. Okay, the style should be linear. I want the style should be linear. Okay, I want the style should be linear. Click on okay. That's what we have. Okay, now if you don't like this, you can still, you can you can go back. We can click on the gradient to change it a bit. So let's double click on gradient. Sometimes you have to see what you are doing. Okay, so let's bring this one. So click on it, then move this one here a bit to see what is going on with the shape here. Okay, so I'll just have to click my gradients again. Now this time I want something like, I think the yellow is not bright, so let me bring this one down a bit to see what is going on. Yes, this one is fine for me. Something like this is fine for me. Okay, I like this. And then with this part too, we can also do the same adjustment. Okay, so this one is fine. All right, but if you don't like any adjustments, you can just go with the normal way where you just change the color of the shape after drawing the shape, the color of the shape, the color you want it to be. Okay, so after doing this, click on, so we are okay with this, right? We can adjust the size to the size we want. Okay, so let me just adjust the size a bit nicely. Then I'll just click and hold to drag it up a bit. No, to be something like here. I want this, and then I'll just type our service. Okay, let me type our service on this. So you can type inside. You can adjust the text anytime. Okay, so this our service. Okay, some people the text will not show. So you do something. Let's cancel this. Let's even delete this. Now let's type here on the screen. So let's type here. Let's type here. So I'm typing this services. So this, all right. Select everything. Then let's reduce the size, the font size. You can do that on the screen. So let's bring it here nicely. I'll change the color from the yellow to something like black. I like this one. This one is fine for me. Something like black. Okay. You can increase the size to the size you want it to be. Like you want to change the font size too, so you can move it just to make sure it fits the place you want so nicely, so that it looks perfectly in the shape you have drawn. Now if you want to, okay, so we have this so far. We are still not done. So what service do you do? So let's add the services. Okay, the services are very necessary, so let's in the services. So let's say we have indoor. The color is black, so let's change the color from black. Sorry, let's change the color from black to something like white, so that we see what you are typing. If yours is white, it's fine. Okay, mine is black, that's why. So indoor. So now you know how to use the text too, right? So we have indoor and outdoor. Okay, and outdoor catering services. So I want to see what I'm typing. Catering. You can always increase the size. Okay, catering services. So let me double click on the big T here on the layer, and then reduce the size. Let me reduce the size nicely. I want everything to fit under the shape, so I'll just have to bring this one down. Okay, so we click on it. So you see we have this, right? So you can just bring the arrow key here, let the pointer be here, then you click on enter to bring it down to the next one. I want to still decrease the size a bit. So let me use something like 3.5, no 3.6, 3.6 size. But if this is fine for you, that's good. You can use that. So I want this. Just do something beautiful. Okay. So we have this. I click on OK. All right. So let's also add another one, and then let's write food delivery. Let's write food delivery. Sorry, let me change this one to small e. food delivery and food tray, food tray. So this, okay. So we have this, right? We have this nicely. Okay. I want us to I want us to do something else. So do you know something? I want us to reduce the size a bit. No, change the let's change. I wanted to change this one, the format from bold. I'm using bold to light. Because light is fine, okay. So let me change my own to something light. Let me use the medium. This one is fine for me. Let me change this one to also medium. So you can do this. Okay. Now let me just be on the move too, and then use my arrow key to move this thing upward a bit. Alright, so I have this. Now I want this down here. So let me click on the shape and reduce the size a bit. I don't like this, so I'll click on this one. I'll click and hold on the shift key, so I can just I like this one. This one is fine for me, so I can get space a bit to do something else. So let me move the indoor games up a bit, and then also move the food delivery and food tray also up a bit. So I like to draw another shape down there. Okay, so I have this so far. Now let's draw another shape. Okay, let's draw another shape. Or we can also just click on this one, click on the shape we have here, and then right click, go to duplicate layer. So let's duplicate this one. Okay, okay, so we have duplicate of this. Let me get down. We can just stretch it. Okay, you see, if it's like this, it means that you have checked, we have checked this, or you have linked the size and everything is moving together. So you can just uncheck this part, so that we like to move only like this. You get it? If you check this side to increase both in size together, the height and then the width together. But if you uncheck this part, only one side will be doing you follow the adjustments. Okay, so let's do this, uncheck and then do this. So we have this so far, we have this. So you can just use control keys on the keyboard to adjust it nicely how you want it to be. So far we have this, and I think this one is fine. This is fine. You can still apply some of the gradients, just change it. If you don't want this, you can do something beautiful. So let me just adjust the bits of the gradients here. Let me change this side to some, let me change this side to something closer to yellow. You see the effects on the screen, right? You can see the effects. So this is fine for me. Okay, but if you don't want this, you can just use the first one you were using. Okay. So this time around, I want to type my location on it. So I'll click on the S2, and then you can type anywhere on the screen, and you can move it here. Okay, so let me just type it here. I want to start the location. The location is Ablekuma. Ablekuma. So it's Ablekuma Agape. So let's Ablekuma Agape top. I'm typing this. You can use any location of your choice. Okay, Ablekuma Agape. So this is what we have. I want us to change this color. Select, then let's change the color from white to black. I want to use black for this. So this the now let's also increase. Let's also change from medium. I want to use bold for this. So bold, it should be bold enough. Let me see what I have this. Do I like this? If yes, it's fine. If no, then do some adjustments. So I'll just double click on this one again. Then I'll duplicate this layer. I want to do some. Now I have a different layer here. So I'll click on it and then bring it down nicely. Then let me type something else. Change this one to near Assemblies of God Church. Assemblies of God Church. I believe you can do this, right? Assemblies of God Church. Now I want to reduce this font so that it will be the same with the first one. But before that, let's change from bold to medium. The color also from black to white. Okay. So let's use something like 2.6. Let me check 2.6. Yes, that's fine for me. Let me increase the Ablekuma size a bit. Let me check 4. Okay, this is 4. Then let me also increase the down one. So I want the size to be the same, to be okay. So I'll go with 2.9. 2.9. So just make sure you have something nice. Okay, for the meantime, let me maintain this one. I'll select the two. So I'll click on control and also click on Ablikuma. This one. So you can see I've selected the two. Let me move them. So I have to click on the move two. Then I can move the two together. Okay, so you can see it's moving together. I'm using my control keys, that's why. Also use your mouse to also move them together. Okay, so something like this. Now let's import our location icon. So we can just bring a location icon. So import your location icon to the design. Alright, so this one location icon nicely. So I just have to decrease the size. Okay, but before that, let me re-import. Okay, so let me import this. I have to check. So okay, I have to check this side before I can decrease the size. Make sure you have checked this side. You link the side. When you link, it means that if you are reducing the size, you're reducing both the height and the width. So nicely, make sure you check this before you do this. Okay. Then, but if yours has been checked, it's fine. But make sure it's on. Okay. So this is my location icon nicely. I'll show you side to get resource materials for this too. Don't worry. Okay, so you can do this nicely. Just to make sure you like everything you have there. Also, let me type my contact. So the contact is my number that I use here. So I'll be using the same number. Okay, I'm doing this time for myself. 1055190. So the same thing. You type the contact. I have two numbers. So let me use all the two numbers. Okay, so let me type this numbers. Let me change the color from white to black. The black is very nice on the yellow background. So to something black. Okay, I like this. Let me increase this from medium to bold, and also increase the size to 3. No, I think 4 is okay for me. I like the 4. So I'll click on the check. Alright, so the 4 is okay, right? So you can also move it where you want it to be nicely. Click on OK, check it up here. Alright, so let's also import our location, our contact icon. Sorry, it's my contact icon. I've checked here already, so I just have to go ahead and then reduce the size. Okay, so the size will reduce in proportion, both the height and then the width will be reduced nicely. So you have this, right? You click on check. Yes, this one is fine. So I can just use my B on the move to and then try and move this nicely if the thing is not well positioned. I like this. I like this. So this is what we have done so far. I want us to also draw some small shapes here. So let's go to the shape tool, then right click on the shape tool, and then select the ellipse tool to draw circle. So let me draw small circle here. Draw something small. Okay. Then let's change the color. I want the color to be okay. It's white. Yes, white is fine for me. You can also use arrows to do that. Okay, so that we can. Yes, I'll just do the move tool. Then you move this. Okay. All right. So let's also duplicate this ellipse to the shape to duplicate. Right click and then you click on. Okay. Then you duplicate this. I'll move it down a bit. So this the duplicate is. So I'm using my arrows key to move this down. So this is a duplicate, right? Okay. So now this too. I want us to. I want us to do something else. So I want us to reduce. So let's select the satisfy your craving, and let's select all these areas and then reduce the size. So let's go. You can be on the move today. You click on the select on the satisfy, or you can just locate the come to your layers here and locate the layers for them. So this is satisfy. Then also have this one craving and yours. So you can just use your control key. So first of all, click on. So we are already on this one. You can see selected, right? So then we can also select on control. Then click on craving. Then click on your. So now we have selected the 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2, 3. Now let's use the. Make sure you have this one. Click on the show transform controls here. Now let us reduce this font size a bit. So I'll click on the edge here to reduce the size a bit. Okay. Then I'll move it up. Move it up. You can use your arrow key to just move it upward a bit. So I think I have this. This one is fine for me. I have this is fine. I'll click on OK. Yes, I have this one is fine. Okay. So now I want us to type something else. I want us to type something else. So let us type. So we can just duplicate this layer, or we can just type it ourselves again. So let us type something we. This is very simple, right? This is very simple. You can do this. You can try this. So try this and then send me your work. Let me check and see what you have done. I believe you can do something beautiful than what I've done in this video. Okay. So let's type this nicely. So this is a flyer I'm working on for a client. Okay. All right. So let's type this. That is fine. We don't want any adjustment. So if there's any, All right, so we have this, friends. Okay, I want us to add some design to this. So this is what I'll do. I will come to my shape tool, right click and then select the rectangle tool. Let me draw a rectangle around this nicely. So around this, what we have now. I don't want it to cover my design. Okay, so this is what I'll do. Um, so there is a stroke here. Okay, so let us use a yellow, like the yellow stroke. Okay, then increase the stroke also to this. Okay, but before that, let's. So I don't want any fill color. So the fill color here should be this one. No fill. We don't want any fill. Okay. Yes, this is how I want it to be. Now let us change the side. So come to a stroke. I don't want a line. I want dotted. I want this one, the dotted stroke. Now let's change here to 6. So click on OK. Now let's remove the. So uncheck this one to see what I've done. So you see something like that. I want something like this around it. So we can also bring it back and then try and position it well. Okay, it should be nice. It should be very nice. I can use my arrow keys also to do that, move it up a bit so that it will be some. It will look nice. Okay. Yes, this one is fine for me, but let me also do some adjustments again. I want the down part, so let me uncheck this again. Also, let the down part come. So I have this right. Okay, so this one is fine. Make sure that your work always looks beautiful. Okay, so this is fine for me. All right, but I'll make sure that so you can let's select the so we have already selected the rectangle, the dotted ones. Okay, so we can also click on control and select the we leave you the text inside. Okay, now let's come to the side. Then it should align with this. All right, so I have this one is fine. Okay, so now let's go straight. Let's do this. Let's do this. So now we can also import some elements to make the work very beautiful. So let's import our mantle here. Okay, reduce the size. Make sure you always check the side. Okay, to do the work nice for you. So let me put one here. Or I can put it. Okay, let's import this, and then let's add some blur. So click on the filter, then go to blur. So let's use the motion blur. This then let's increase the motion a bit too. The way you want it. So I want this. So mine is 131. You can also do the same thing or do something beautiful. Okay. Then I'll show the controls. Then adjust it nicely to the way I want it to be. Like let me check this one and see how. Okay, so I want something like this. I'll move it to this side. The size is too small for me. Let me increase it a bit. Okay, so I have this. Let me just right click on this to duplicate the tomato for me. Duplicate layer and also add it here. Bring one. Okay. Okay, so we can just adjust it the way we want it to be. Okay. Okay, so we have this nicely here. I want us to also import the leaf. So let's bring this one down here. And also apply blur. So let's click on blur. I want us to use the Gaussian blur. Okay. No, let's use motion blur. Sorry. So motion blur. Yes, we like this, right? You can increase the size, the distance a bit to make the work look beautiful. So we have this. Okay. Now I want us to add some layers to it, so some small design. Now let's click on the shape tool and go to the rectangle tool. Now let's draw rectangle. So you can see my own something light. Okay. The color is white. Okay, that's fine. Let me just rotate. So make sure you show the controls and then rotate this one. Rotate it nicely. I rotate this. Let me bring this one here. Okay. This one. Let me also apply the Gaussian blur to this. Gaussian blur. So click on convert, yes, and then let's Yes, I want to have this texture nicely. Let me duplicate this. So I'll click on this and then duplicate, and then okay. Let me just move this one to the side and then also rotate it nicely here. This time, let me change the color. So click on OK. But let me change the color from white to something like okay. So with this one, let's just so we can just duplicate. We can okay. So let's draw the rectangle again. Let's draw rectangle again here. Okay, and then change the color from this to something like this. Yes, this color is fine. This color is fine. Then let's also rotate it nicely. We can equally duplicate the other one and then try and change the color. Okay, edit the color. You can also do it this way. So then you come back to the side filter. Let's go to motion blur. So convert to smart object. Yes. So this is what we have nicely here. Adjust it the way you want it to be like. Okay. Yes. So if you are okay with this, so this is what we have done so far. It's something nice, right? This is very simple. So when you are done with this, then you just have to save your work and then you just have this beautiful design. Thank you so much for watching. If you want the resources, kindly check the description of the video for the resources and also join our Telegram page where you get a lot of materials there for your next project. So if you want to import this work, just go to the file, come to file, and then you see export. So you can just export as PNG, or you can go to the as then export your work from there. Thank you for watching. Bye.